video game? Do you guys see that? It's the best game out there. I play it all the time. Oh, I am so good at it. I bet you don't even know. You don't even know. You don't even know how to play.
I don't want to go to bed right now. I want a story.
It's not bedtime. We got lots of time. It's like video game time. We can hang out and we're not going to bed. Fuck that. No, no, we're not going to bed.
My,
No.
my mom ties me to the floor and beats me with a logging chain, and then she makes me go to bed.
Your mom's a bitch. But hey, do you want to play my video game? Do you want to play my video game?
Your video game sucks.
Oh. I'm still not going to
Oh,
bed.
Uncle Brandon, Uncle Brandon, please tell us a story.
Hey, wake up, you old bastard.
Yeah. Uncle Brandon, can we have a story?
Oh, hello, children. You want a story?
Yeah.
Okay. I know one of your favorites. Would you like to hear the Three Little Pigs?
Yeah.
Is it about
Three Little Pigs.
fat girls?
Oh, it's a great story. I know you'll love it. It's much more fun than being beaten with a logging chain.
Okay.
All right.
I can't wait. Come on.
Get on with it already.
Come on, get on with the story. I'm bored
Quit
already.
stalling, you fat bastard.
Once upon a time, in a land far, far away, there were three little pigs. And they lived happily with their mother and all the other little piggies that she had around. But sadly, their dads were not around because mom had kicked them out of the house. But she still got money from them every month. Plus, she got government assistance, and they lived very, very well until they turned 18 and they were no longer able to help mom support the household. So she gave them the boot. This made the three little pigs very, very sad.
Damn brood sow.
Yeah.
Where'd they go, Brandon? Where'd they go, Uncle Brandon?
Well, after they got done rubbing their bottoms, because mom literally kicked them out of the house with her big sow foot, they agreed that they would go and make their way in the big world. And they all were headstrong little piggies. So they decided that they'd meet again in a year and a day and fill each other in on what they were doing. Well, the first little piggy, he was a smart little piggy, and he knew better than either one of his brothers. He went to school. He went to Pig University and learned how to be a business pig. And he did very well for himself. He went out and made lots and lots of money. And all of a sudden, when he started making bank, guess what happened?
What happened? What happened, Uncle Brandon?
What happened?
What happened, Brandon? What happened?
Well, all the young little piggy ladies started paying attention to him. And he found somebody he thought was very, very special. Well, he was still in college, but he was making good money as an internship trading stocks.
Did she suck his corkscrew cock, Uncle Brandon?
I bet
You're
she
using
did.
the bad language there.
I
That's
bet
naughty.
she did. And little hamster, you're here now too. We're telling the story of the three little pigs.
I've been looking forward to it for at least 5 minutes, at least.
All right.
I've been looking forward to it my whole freaking life.
All right.
My whole life.
I'm so high I don't even know where I'm at right now.
You guys, you're such kidders. Anyways, she love bombed him and got him to believe that she was in love with him. And then they got married. and had a little babies, and everything was going on great. He became a millionaire. He had a big house and a nice car, and you know, his wife didn't have to work until one day he came home and he found her in bed with the pool boy.
Were they making
the-
bacon?
They
What
were
the
making
fuck?
bacon.
Was his name Julio?
Me and Julio down by the schoolyard, man.
Yeah. Well, anyways, this broke the first little piggy's heart, and his wife didn't even stop doing what she was doing with the pool boy and turned to him and said, "I want a divorce." And in the divorce, she took the big house and she took the nice car and she kept the babies away from the pig, but he still had to pay every month. And she cleaned out his bank account and even made him pay for her lawyers too. That poor piggy.
What the heck?
He now had nothing. He was living in a box down by the interstate, and he started to have to steal to make just to feed himself, and he got caught by the police, and that was some pig on pig violence right then.
Pigs.
Yeah, they beat him and they threw him in prison, and the first little piggy got ass raped and now has AIDS and is going to die.
But Uncle Brandon, does he still pay his piglet support?
No, he doesn't.
No, it
Well-
just accumulates, and then if he ever gets out of jail, he's going to owe that.
Yeah.
This is a horror story, Uncle Brandon.
No.
Uncle Brandon, wouldn't it have been cheaper to hire the big bad wolf to off her, allegedly?
The big bad wolf, unfortunately, was hunted to extinction many, many years ago. He was not around to do his huffing and puffing and blowing the house down.
Look at the hair on your chinny chin chin, Uncle
I
Brandon.
see it, Uncle
Mhm.
Brandon.
Well,
If I can interrupt, I still can't get over the fact that she was telling him while she was still getting nailed by Julio. Was she like, I want a divorce,
yeah.
something like that?
I'm
right?
not happy. And then she squealed with delight.
Yeah,
Awkward.
that's the way it happened, guys.
Sorry, I just can't
Anyways,
get over
the
that one.
second little pig, he was a party boy. Everybody liked him, and he thought he knew everything too. He went out and he bought a book and read it. And this was from a guy that they had never seen or heard because they didn't know that humans could write books, but he did. This guy always wore a bandana to hide the fact he was going bald.
Was his name Rusty?
No, his name wasn't Rusty. It was Romo. Romo Tamale. And he listened to all of Romo's sage advice and never, ever dropped his frame. He went to the gym all the time and worked out and partied with everyone. And he got all sorts of external validation by hooking up with lots and lots and lots of little piglets who were ready to squeal for him. There was no way he was going to end up like his brother, that silly little business pig. And he started giving lessons on how to be a big pork swordsman too. And people would pay him all kinds of money to find out what the secrets were to making all the little piggy girls squeal. And some of the piggy boys who dressed like girls.
Did he have a bu'ai?
He might have. I don't know.
He's a
But
pickup pig.
it was a pickup pig. But he never drove a pickup because he was too fancy for that. But he also did lots and lots of drugs and alcohol and caught several STDs. But
Ooh.
unlike his brother, he knew they were coming, so he was prepared. Well, one day he got a call from one of the girl piggies that he met, and she said, "Piggy number 2, you're going to be a daddy." So he went over there to try and convince her to not have the baby. That's bad. He was an evil, evil piggy because he only cared about himself and where he stuck his little corkscrew penis. Well, needless to say, the girl piggy was not impressed, and she called the police. And you know what they did?
What did they do?
She told him that he was threatening her and making her feel uncomfortable, and that he had a weapon. And when he stepped outside to say, no, she's lying, guess what they did?
They fried his ass like bacon.
That's right. They lit him up, and he's now taking a dirt nap. Poor piggy number 2.
Yee.
But the third piggy, he was the wisest of them all. He, unlike his brothers, had paid attention to what was happening in his house when he was growing up. And he saw his mom jumping from corkscrew penis to corkscrew penis to corkscrew penis, always chasing the bag, always chasing Chad. And he decided he never, ever, ever wanted to have to deal with that kind of a life. So he went out and he learned how to be a plumber. He was a plumber pig. He dealt with poop, but pigs are happy and shit. And he made lots of money, and they started his own plumbing company, and he made lots more money, and he bought him some land, and he planted a garden, and then he moved out. He disconnected from society, and he's still living there happily today. He doesn't ever want to get married. He doesn't ever want to cohabitate. And he doesn't want to have any children of his own because he saw what a horrible life that was. Wasn't he such a smart little piggy?
Wow.
Smartest piggy.
Yeah,
Was he a
Pig
pig
pal?
pal?
He was a pigtail. That's right. You got it the first time. You're such a smart little monkey. Well, I hope you've enjoyed your story, little children.
I'll go back to my video game.
Your video game is not nearly as educational as the story. Hopefully you'll remember it for your whole life, and you can grow up to be just like the third little piggy and be happy in yourself, for yourself.
Uncle
Is it
Brandon.
true?
Uncle Brandon. Uncle
Yeah,
Brandon. Can I ask
Yeah.
a question?
sure.
Isn't that pigtail just a selfish bastard from hell? Why doesn't he
Well-
want to give up everything for his girlfriend Piggy?
The girl piggies do think he's a selfish bastard from hell, but they're just sad because they can't take advantage of him.
But what if the government makes it illegal for him to be a single man? What happens?
Well, he's got a passport, and he's going to move overseas if that happens.
Does he realize that they eat lots of pork overseas?
That's why he wants to go to a Muslim country.
Uncle Brandon,
Yes,
why do you hate the Jews?
I don't hate the Jews. I just don't like bankers.
So he's going to become a passport pig bro.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
That's right. That's only if he's forced out of his Fortress of Solitude.
Oh, so he's like Super Pig?
Oh, in some ways he is, but
But-
we call him a monk.
But Uncle Brandon, isn't he being selfish?
No, he's being retro or proactive. He's protecting himself from the system, and he's protecting himself from usury. He doesn't want to become an indentured servant to the female pigs and the state.
Uncle Brandon,
Yes.
would he be accused of being a pig cell that lives in his grandma's basement's basement and can't get no
Yes.
pussy anyways?
People will use all kinds of shaming language on our poor pig number 3, but he doesn't care because he doesn't care. He's stoically indifferent. It doesn't matter what external sources say. He gets no pleasure or pain from them.
He should just say, everybody can suck my corkscrew cock.
That's right. You got it in one.
But Uncle Brandon, isn't he going to be lonely and sad?
Oh no. He's very happy. He doesn't, just because he's alone doesn't mean that he's lonely. He has all kinds of activities. Plus, he doesn't have to, give 80% of his money away to a female pig who's just going to spend it on stupid stuff. He can go traveling. He can buy motorcycles or guns or whatever he wants, or even new video games like little Hemi wants to buy.
Yeah.
Do you guys have any more questions before you go to bed?
But what about the single mothers?
What about them?
Don't they need a simp pig to come in and save them after they're done riding the corkscrew carousel?
Oh, there's plenty of simp pigs out there who will do that. And then they'll divorce them and take all their money, and they'll be okay. But the simp pigs will be heartbroken and destitute.
Hey, Uncle Brandon,
Yes.
can I ask a question?
Yes.
So, if a man gets married and his old lady takes all his money and he's alone and broke, being alone then is he could get by with not giving all his money away and just be by himself and do
That's
his own
right.
thing.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
okay. I like the story.
All right. Well, that's all for now, boys. And, well, there aren't any girls here.
But Uncle Brandon,
Yes.
what's your views on contract killers?
Oh, little ape, you've got such a wild imagination. We'll talk about that next time when we tell you the story of Rumpelstiltskin.
Hey, hey,
Rumple foreskin?
Rumple foreskin.
Hey,
Yeah.
hey, little baby ape, just send me an email. I might know some people. Back in the
Okay, allegedly.
If you're having a problem, I
You
think
you
I
know
some people
some
who can get rid of it.
you know some McKillers?
No,
Well,
we're not
I
going to
tell
say
you
that,
what,
no.
guys, we're going to have another stream here in just a few minutes. And if you have other questions, we can talk about that there. But I want this to be a standalone episode. So,
Do you have any snacks?
bye-bye. Good night. Sleep well.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye, Uncle Brandon.